Mac is back with limited participation today in practice. He is projected to get the start on Monday, but that decision is not yet final. Bailey Zappi with a very successful 2 games and 2 wins. On the other hand, Damian Harris is back to full participation after his hamstring injury that was endured against the Lions. The only player not participating today was wide receiver Nelson Aguilar. He also had a hamstring injury. His participation on Monday is still to be determined. And as David Andrews says, Monday will be the only show in town. Prime time, the Patriots will take on the Bears. Reporting live from Foxborough, Paige Messier. Thank you, Stone. It is senior day here in Kingston, and a very special one at that. This group representing one that has advanced the program and really changed the culture as a whole. Many of them being part of 3 consecutive winning seasons, as well as bringing the University of Rhode Island back to the national map. Head coach Jim Fleming had nothing but praise to say about these players earlier this week, stating that this is a very special group and he is forever grateful to the contributions they have made for this team. Thank you, Kyle. George Mason with a really impressive start, but both teams have had a rough go-around on the road, each one losing their last 3. But the Rams, on the other hand, have been dominant here at the Ryan Center. They have won their past 4 here and are undefeated at home in conference play. Head coach Archie Miller told us earlier this week he is happy to be back after a long away stretch. Back to you, Kyle. Thanks. So now this is a very exciting weekend. It is homecoming where family, friends, and alumni all come together to celebrate this football team and the great sport of football. And great is exactly what this game is going to be. Now, Elon has had a great start to the season. They're working on their 7th win straight, one of the highest in the FCS. But on the other side of things, the Rams, they have a little bit of extra motivation. Last year, when they headed to Elon for their season finale, not only did the loss end their season, but also ended the opportunity to get to the playoffs for the first time in 36 years. So definitely a little bit of a fire lit under them. Now game time is almost here and it's almost time for kickoff. Back up to you, Stone and Kyle.
More on this Governor's Cup is Paige Messier, the 3rd member of our team. Paige?
Thanks, Stone. Certainly not ideal weather here in Kingston, but nevertheless the first game underneath the lights here at Meade Stadium. Now this game is very important for all parties. Head coach Jim Fleming, along with Coach Perry, head to the State House, and Coach Fleming in particular talked about how important this game is, not just for the game, but to represent the hardworking, blue-collar individuals here as a public university in Rhode Island. And this will be a dogfight between these 2 teams, both teams coming off losses and both teams looking to get the Governor's Cup as well as the in-state title. Back up to you, Stone and Kyle. So the bad news here at Gillette is that QB 1 and 2 are not fully participating, but the good news is offensive weapon Tyquan Thornton is eligible to be off injury reserve and play this Sunday. Reporting live from Gillette, Paige Messier, 12 Sports. Thank you, Zach. I caught up with Khalil Brantley yesterday, and after that 29-point game last time out against the Rams, I asked him, does it add extra confidence or added pressure? And he told me a little bit of both. He's aware that after that game, he'd be on top of everyone's scout and may have to make a little bit more adjustments to his play. And that's exactly what he's doing. 3 assists today and a steal in the first half. Back to you. Thank you, Kyle. Since Orduro has left the game, all 8 of Rhodey's points have been in the paint. And earlier this week, head coach Archie Miller talked about how his #1 emphasis of this week was to have a more physical team. And not just for the number 5 position, but 1 through 5. And we can see that today with guard Leggett leading the team in rebounds to Weston, showing some aggression under the basket. Back to you, Kyle. Thank you, Zach. Now, certainly not the start of the season that head coach Archie Miller wished for against Quinnipiac last week, but since day 1, Miller has preached that this team will go through adversity. It's a young team still looking to build chemistry, but despite the loss, Miller was able to scrape up some positives, including this team's ability to draw fouls and get to the free throw line. Yeah, thanks, Stone and Kyle. Now, this is a very important game with some national implications, the only top 25 game in the FCS today. And the Rams, it's a long-awaited game. They're back at Meade Stadium for the first time since their record-making season last year. But on the other side of things, the Delaware Blue Hens, they have been here before. In fact, this game has been played right here at Meade Stadium for the past 4 meetings between these 2 teams. I'm with assistant coach Dwayne Woodward. It's been all Questenberry on the other side. How do you contain him in the second half?
Hey, we knew he's going to get a lot of touches, a lot of opportunities to score, so we're just trying to make it difficult and get his rhythm kind of messed up and disrupt his rhythm, and make it hard on him.
Right, and you guys have had the lead throughout the whole first half. This team has struggled in the second half throughout the season. What's the message going to be heading into the second half?
We'll come out, just play confident and play together and make the extra pass, and I think if we play with a lot of confidence, we'll play well in the second half.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Back to you, Cam. Thank you. I'm with assistant coach Austin Carroll. This is the first time you guys are playing an A-10 team twice. What was taken from that first game and put an emphasis on this game?
They got us pretty good when we were down in Philly. I thought in the first half we did not come out with the correct effort, attention to detail, etc. I thought we just saw a similar thing here in the first half, so I'm looking for a little bit different second half.
Right, and kind of leading into that, what will be the key to win in the second half after that first half?
Play harder, play smarter, rebound, take opportunities and transition when we can.
Perfect. Thank you, Coach.
You're very welcome.
Back to you. Thank you, Zach. I'm with Jeff Dowen, a former Ram. Now he's on the Raptors. You're back at Rhode Island. What did you miss most about this place?
Just the atmosphere and the fans. I'm glad to be back. Good seeing a lot of familiar faces. I just miss playing in this arena, so I'm glad I was able to come back and just show some love.
Yeah, and then you're on to the NBA now. What did Rhode Island teach you for you to be prepared for that moment?
Just be ready when your name is called. The NBA is definitely a big business. I have to be ready no matter what. I'm always practicing on my skills and staying focused and always in the gym. And I think Rhode Island has prepared me for that.
And what's your favorite Rhode Island memory? It could be game, campus life, anything.
Just us, winning the A-10 regular season championship my sophomore year. We were ranked top 25 in the country, and just being able to go back to the tournament, it was really amazing.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Paige.
I'm with sophomore guard Sophie Phillips. That was a great game both on the defensive, but for you, obviously, the offensive side. How confident did you feel out there when you started shooting those threes?
I definitely felt really confident, but it was definitely all because of my teammates. They're the ones getting me the ball in those situations, but we work on that every day in practice, so yeah, I couldn't be prouder of my team today.
Right, and it's survive and advance. How does it feel to know you have another day of playing basketball?
It feels amazing. Not many teams get to play this far into March, and I'm glad we're one of those teams.
Perfect. Thank you, Sophie. So a very exciting game, both on the defensive and the offensive side, but clearly you could see the offense. How proud of you of your team of just having that full all-around game?
I was always defense and rebounding, but I knew we were very rusty that first game. We were not going to shoot that same way, no double rust, and Sophie the lid was off the basket today. So really happy with our offensive execution, but defense and rebounding won that game.
Absolutely, and I know you love Rhody Nation. This could be your last time at home. Can you just give a message to Rhody Nation for coming out and supporting you guys as you raise your arms at the end to get that applause?
All season long, they've been behind us, and the girls felt it. We don't win. We don't have a home court advantage here at the Ryan Center without these amazing fans. So one last shout out to Rhody Nation. Rhody, I love you.
Perfect. Thank you, Coach.
All right, hey, go Rhody. Bye, Paige.
Back to you.
We're going to send it down to Paige Messier, who had some fun earlier in the week.
Yeah, fun is maybe not the word, but I got to test my strength with the Rhody basketball team. I thought I was pretty strong, but you guys will see in this package. We are here in the URI weight room with
Dan Apodaca
and
Jimmy Ball.
And I'm going to do a basketball workout.
All right, so we got to make sure we get a good warm-up before we get after it. Want to make sure that we're nice and loose, making sure our muscles are ready to go so that we don't get hurt while we're doing this strongman circuit.
I can't even touch the ground if I tried.
Wait, I'll wait for you. Yeah, that's the problem, Paige. We're going to work on that. Today's workout, strongman circuit. What it's going to be a farmer carry. You can have both handles, pick it up like a deadlift. You're going to carry it all the way down to the other end of the turf, turn around, and you bring it all the way back. Once you set it down, you've got a sled push, pushing it halfway on the turf. Once you get to the cones, you're going to push it back, all the way back to the start. Then you're going to pull the sleds. We've got a rope set up. You're going to have a seat, pull the rope. As the sled gets to you, once the sled's all the way to you, you're going to push it back. To finish, we have a heavy sled on the other side. You're going to push that 10 yards. Uh-oh, you think Paige can handle it?
I don't know. We'll find out.
I'm nervous.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Oh, I can run.
Yeah, Paige.
I feel like I'm actually speed walking.
Sled next.
All right. Oh boy, I'm already out of breath. This is not good.
Whoa. Good.
I was barely moving.
Keep it moving. You got it.
Oh boy.
Go.
Woo!
Let it finish. Here we go. Let it finish. Here we go. Time.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome to Rhody basketball.
Oh my gosh, that was tough.
Need a minute?
Yeah,
Minute 42.
That was good.
I'm seeing the spots.
So Jimmy and I just finished the strongman death circuit. Jimmy, how are you feeling?
I feel great. Kind of want to do it again.
All right, let's put a hold on that. I am definitely not ready. Dan, how do you think we did?
You did very well. Way better than I was expecting you to.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Jimmy, thank you for working out with me. I definitely give the athletes a little more credit after doing one of their workouts. Hello, it's Paige Messier, the basketball sideline reporter, here with hype man JV at his home base. This is a huge game, URI versus PC. JV, are you excited?
I'm so excited. This is the best game every 2 years. It's the biggest battle in the smallest state. It gets my juices flowing.
I love it. You must be so excited. So how long have you been the hype man for URI?
It's an interesting story. It started back my senior year at URI back in 2008. So this is my 15th season doing this. They just needed somebody to go on the court and try to get the crowd going. And I was a student. I was interning at iHeartRadio at the time. And they were like, do you want to do it? And I said, I guess. And I would go out there, sweat pouring down my face. I was reading off index cards to start. And then it just natively became this role where not only am I doing promotions during timeouts, but I was the de facto leader of the student section. And then it was about 5 years ago I tried to retire. And all summer long, everyone kept stopping me and texting me saying, you can't leave, you can't leave. And then finally, they convinced me, you gotta come back. So the last 5 years have been a blur. I'm still here and still doing it. I got some gray hairs in my beard, I've gained a little weight, but I still enjoy every game.
How do you get the crowd hyped up? What's your method?
Honestly, everybody is saying, are you ready? Did you rest your voice? Did you carbo load it? And honestly, this is the easiest game every 2 years because the crowd is so into it. The rivalry and the hatred runs so deep that I don't even have to try very hard these games, right? The crowd is just, it's like you lit a match and threw gasoline everywhere. And this place gets so loud. But, in general, I just try to be me. I try to get the crowd going. If unfortunately we're losing, I try to get them into it and just kind of will our team forward because, this is a true home court advantage here. When this place is loud and the ruckus is going, we have a real chance to win.
And what's your favorite part about this job?
It's so tough. I literally bleed Keene blue. If you cut me right now, there would be a Keene blue blood pouring out, I just love, there's nothing better than when Rudy goes on a run and you just feel a swell of excitement. Like I said, it literally feels like the roof is gonna blow off this place when it's packed and it's loud, and I live for those moments. I really do. I get goosebumps when I step on the court when that happens. Oh man, it's so good, I love it.
Thank you, Kyle. It was electric here in the Ryan Center on Saturday, and we expected some alumni to come back to visit their old school, but what we didn't expect was two special guests from Miami. I got to catch up with them on Saturday. So I'm here with Kyle Lowry from the Miami Heat. Kyle, what brings you to Kingston?
Watching my coach, Anthony Carter's son, he plays for Providence, so it is always a great atmosphere to come and see some college kids play hoops.
What do you miss about this college atmosphere? I know it's a different experience than the NBA, but is there anything you miss?
It's just this atmosphere in general, the loudness, the student section, the chanting. It's something that you can do once in a lifetime and you always remember. It's awesome.
And is there anything being here now that you miss about the college hoop experience?
Oh man, just the competing part. Getting up and down, not so many fouls are called, there's not a lot of flopping going on, and guys are just trying to get to the next level. I think that's the best part of this game.
Right, and you're obviously very stylish. Our jerseys, we're debuting them tonight, the Keene Blues. Rate our jerseys on a scale of 1 to 10.
The blues over there? Blue's my second favorite color behind green. It is. The only reason I really don't like blue is because Villanova was blue, which is the school that he went to. But those are fly. We're gold. So I definitely like those. And, I see some nice kicks over there on the Adidas side. Go Lening.